How good was Yao Ming actually? In the 2002 NBA draft, a towering center from China was selected by the Houston Rockets. Yao Ming had an unconventional path to professional basketball compared to most high-profile players. Yao's presence in the NBA shook things up as he proved himself to be worthy of his first overall draft pick. He's in the Hall of Fame and all that, but how good was Yao Ming actually? Well, you're about to find out right here on Hoop Hustlers. Now, before we get started, make sure you're subscribed to this channel because you do not want to miss all the great videos coming your way. At any point during today's video you have thoughts about Yao, go ahead and share them in the comments. And away we go. As we mentioned in the intro, Yao Ming, the son of former Chinese pro basketball players Yao Xuan and Feng Ven, had a path to the NBA unlike most of the superstars we all know who gathered attention in high school. Went to Duke, UCLA, North Carolina, etc. Then were drafted out of college. Instead, Yao came to pro ball through the Shanghai Sharks junior team, practicing 10 hours a day at age 13 to get on the roster. After a 4-year stint on the junior team, he began playing for the senior squad, averaging 10 points and 8 rebounds per game in his rookie season. As Yao continued to create buzz around his performance on the court, people began lining up to get a slice of the millions they knew he would make if and when he made the jump to American basketball. Li Yaomin, the deputy general manager of the Sharks, pressured Yao to enter the draft and trumped up a bogus contract, titling himself to a third of Yao's earnings, which was fortunately deemed illegitimate. Further, the Chinese government began stipulating that Chinese players entering the NBA would forfeit half of their earnings both from salary and endorsement deals over the authorities and the Chinese Basketball Association. Needless to say, Yao found himself in a tricky spot and needed some help navigating the very profitable waters he was about to enter. So a group of experts assembled to help negotiate Yao's NBA debut, which included a whole host of agents and experts who became known as Team Yao. When he finally was selected by Houston, he became the first international player to be picked first overall without having first played college ball. Matchup with Shaq. The biggest test for any NBA center playing in the early 2000s is to face off with the force of nature known as Shaquille O'Neal. The energy surrounding the first matchup of these towering titans was insane. Right from the tip, Yao did not back down one bit, playing aggressive defense and forcing Shaq into awkward shots trying to score on a defender taller than himself, something O'Neal was certainly not accustomed to. Yao went on to block several of Shaq's shots and use his impressive touch around the basket to sink a few early buckets. Eventually, though, Shaq's strength and size proved to be just as dominant against Yao Ming as it was against anyone, as he finished with 31 points and 13 rebounds. Ming, on the other hand, finished with 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 blocks. While O'Neal won the battle of numbers, Ming and his Rockets managed to win a hard-fought victory over the Lakers, 108-104 in overtime, with Yao putting down a dunk in the final seconds of play to seal the deal. A pretty impressive showing for a rookie taking on a legend. Defense. Yao always played good hard defense. His tall frame gave him a bit of a frail appearance, but he used all of his 300 pounds to hold his ground in the low post. And obviously his height and wingspan made him a very adept at shot blocking. Offense. Yao Ming's height gave him an obvious advantage over mostly any player that tried to guard him. But what made him truly unstoppable offensively was his height paired up with a sweet touch. He had his arsenal, a nice jump shot that he could drop in regardless of a defender when in mid-range. Add to that a beautiful sky hook that he would use in conjunction with quick and elegant post moves when a little closer to the hoop, and Yao could score pretty much at will. Dunks. Another advantage to Yao's height was that he could dunk almost effortlessly. This made it quite difficult for defenders to do anything at all to stop him if he managed to catch the ball within reach of the rim. He'd simply turn around and drop it in. But that's not all. Yao had an ability to drive on his defenders, making quick work of a couple of dribbles to get to the hoop and throw down dunk after dunk. Big plays. Let's wrap this thing up with a couple of Yao's most impressive plays of his NBA career. Here we see the big man on a fast break take the ball at half court, dribble behind the back, and a few long strides take flight for a leisurely Statue of Liberty slam. When was the last time you saw something like that from a center? Behind the back? Come on! In this play, Yao puts on display his amazing shooter's touch as well as his uncanny game awareness. Having the complete knowledge of the score, the clock, and the positioning of the court, Yao takes the inbound pass and sinks a fadeaway jumper over a double team, drawing foul with less than a second to go in the game. Nailing the free throw under pressure gives the Rockets a 1-point lead with 0.8 seconds to go. Awards and accolades. Yao retired in 2011 due to repetitive foot and ankle injuries. In his relatively short career, Ming was an 8-time All-Star, averaged 19 points a game, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016, along with Allen Iverson and, fittingly, Shaquille O'Neal. In February 2017, Yao's jersey was retired by the Houston Rockets, and his prowess on the court will be remembered for generations to come. That's all for now, but remember to hit the like on this video if you enjoyed what we had for you today. And let us know what you think of Yao Ming in the comments. And until next time, keep hustling.